I don't have kids. Wouldn't the world be better if more people didn't have kids?
Oh no, that'd be really bad.
Like we would
eventually,
No,
in a Malthusian theory, yes, but it's the end of the world. I mean, so here's the thing. Yes, there are more people today than there ever were. And if you keep these projections going, you'll get to 10 billion.
Right.
And then you got to create the food for them to live and all the opportunities. I actually don't, you can see that the projections are changing already where a number of countries have peaked. But I do know that you can't find a way to not have kids and still have a productive society at the end. I think kids are a part of your optimism and your hope and your joy. And I don't think optimism, hope, and joy comes without that younger generation around you. I just think it's so much a part of who you are. Even if you don't have kids yourself, your sister has kids, your brother has kids, your friend has kids, and you see kids and you interact with them, it's what drives you. That's what I mean. It's not the individual.
There's some irony in that, right? The richer somebody is, the less kids they're having as a country.
Although it's changing in a number of societies.
Right. You know, the cynic in me has kind of resigned to the fate that the world invariably will move to socialism. I believe these are cycles. I'm reading one book right now. It's the transition of Mao to Deng Xiaoping and how China evolved. It feels like so much that I read in that book, when I look around me in the world, seems to be happening all over again.
Cycles do come and go. No system's perfect. That's why I talk about capitalism with the guardrails that allow it to work the right way. I think you have to create win-wins. And win-win comes from allowing the animal energy to work, but not in a way that has no control.
Right.
You know, even a racehorse wears blinkers when it's running. And there's a reason for that, right?
Yesterday, I went for a walk in Central Park with a couple of American boys, like mid-20s to late 20s. And they were speaking about how every movie they watched growing up, the villain was always a communist country in a way. And communism was such a bad thing. But when somebody actually thinks about it, not how it turned out or not how it played out, but the concept of communism, if you were to go back to the Marx school of thinking, inherently, it's not the most illogical thing in the world to think that way.
No, the problem is that you're mixing two things, right? The outcome orientation, which is a fair shake for everyone and everybody gets a decent life, versus how do you get there? And the how you get there is where all the issues are. That's the problem with that theory of the case. The outcome is what you all want, which is give everybody a fair opportunity and let them live a good, productive life of joy and happiness. I mean, that's utopia. But how do you get from here to there is the issue. And that's where society either wins some or loses some. And, you know,